All right, Shalom and Barakatham. All praises be to the Most High God, Yahweh, and His Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai. And I'm going to start here with this article. And this is the premise of the lesson. And as you see on the screen, it's dated July the 3rd, 2025. And it says Mark Cuban, who used to be the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, the world's first trillionaire, he says, could be just one dude in the basement who's great at using AI. Now, this article touches on, artificial intelligence or AI, and AI is in line with the spirit of prophecy. And I'm going to show the precepts to support that. So that's what this is speaking on. And these are the times we're coming into. We know that universal basic income is being pushed as well, as an alternative. We'll see what the spirit of the Lord actually, is with. But artificial intelligence, as we know, the push for AI is in line with prophecy. It says billionaire, entrepreneur, and investor Mark Cuban says that artificial intelligence has the potential to generate more wealth for a single person than any individual has ever accumulated before. Specifically, Cuban predicts that AI will help create the world's first trillionaire. He said on a recent episode of the podcast High Performance, that person will be someone who is able to harness AI in a yet-to-be-discovered way. He added, "We haven't seen the best or the craziest of what AI is going to be able to do," said the 66-year-old former Shark Tank star. "Not only do I think it'll create a trillionaire, but it could be just one dude in the basement. That's how crazy it could be." Currently, some people use generative AI to automate everyday tasks like making schedules and to-do lists. Now, before, we know you would have secretaries and a staff that would do these things. Now they have an AI with Chat GPT. All of this is artificial intelligence is doing these things, which is taking jobs from people. And that's happening more and more. Warehouse jobs, right? Robots being used. All of that is in line with AI, artificial intelligence. Others see AI as a virtual companion, guiding them on how to have difficult conversations or using them for personal reassurance. In the corporate world, Chipotle CEO Scott Boatwright told Fortune on June the 9th that AI tools had cut his company's hiring time by 75%. So you see, the real data showing how much this is affecting, people's jobs and livelihoods. That's only preseason. That's only the preseason of AI's capabilities, Cuban said, meaning this is just the beginning. Now it goes on and on to speak about, the tech industry, so on and so forth, because there's been a lot of hits even to the tech industry. So now, all through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, this idea and what AI is bringing is all prophetic, right? Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is all prophecy. Let me get a few precepts to support that, and then we'll shut it down here in a second. This is let's start here in the book of Matthew. Let's start in the book of Matthew, and I'm going to start here to touch on the fact that AI being pushed very heavily, it's not by accident. It's in line with the truth going out, at a very high level and a strong magnitude on the four corners of the earth day by day. This is the book of Matthew 24:14, the words of Yahweh Shai, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." So we're in the time of the end, because the truth, this gospel of the Israelites, right, being the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners scattered, being the true people of the Most High, that's being magnified. That's the true gospel, that the Most High would come back and give, deliverance to his people, starting with the elect. So that truth is going out into all the world, it says. That's why we're seeing the end of the rule of the wicked. We're seeing chaos and turmoil worldwide. The time of Jacob's trouble upon us. The RFID chip being manifest. Hey, artificial intelligence, which is what this article was about, being pushed more and more. It's because this gospel of the kingdom, right, is being preached in all the world. Now, this comes to mind as it pertains to the gospel of the kingdom. It's the book of Amos 5 and verse 10. Amos 5 and verse 10, it says, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. Now in the NLT, Amos 5 and 10, it says, how you hate honest judges, how you despise people who tell the truth. Those who's telling the truth would be the elect. Those who's telling the truth would be the elect. So let's go to Revelation, the 14th chapter. The elect are those that's telling the truth. How you hate those that are telling the truth. This is Revelation 14 and 4. That's 1:4-4. Revelation 14 and 4, and it reads, these are they which were not defiled with women, speaking of the elect, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth, meaning the truth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and unto the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile. And in their mouth was found no guile, meaning no lies, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. So these men are blameless in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. As we just read here in Amos 5 and 10, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. And in the NLT, how you hate honest judges, and those honest judges are the men of the Lord. How you despise people who tell the truth, and that's who don't have no guile in their mouth, meaning they're telling the truth according to the words of the Most High God, Yahweh, and his son, whose name is Yahushua. Now let's go here and show it further. These men are telling the truth. So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. 2nd Ezra 6, and I'll start at verse 27. These men are telling the truth, whether you believe it or not, whether you hear or forbear. 2nd Ezra 6 and 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. So this truth that's been so long not on the earth is being made manifest. It's being made manifest. It's being declared unto who? Unto the elect. It's being declared unto the believers that can receive it through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right? This is Colossians, the 1st chapter. Salakia. It's Colossians 1. Let's get that in verse 25 should be. Colossians 1 and verse 25. And it reads, it says, in 26, even the mystery, it says, even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. So the mystery that's been hid from ages, but now is made manifest to the believers, is speaking of this truth. That's the mystery that was hid from ages, which is this gospel of the kingdom that's being preached in all the world. Let me read that again. Colossians 1 and 26. Even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. Now is being made manifest to the believers. These mysteries, which is the truth. Once again, this gospel is the mysteries that's being made manifest to the believers, to the elect. So that is the difference. That's what's putting out evil and quenching deceit, is the truth. As it says once again here in 2nd Ezra 6 and 28, as for faith, it shall flourish, the believers flourishing. Well, we see AI is going harder and harder, and it's being pushed more and more. That's partly to combat the truth. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. So Satan know he got but a short time, which is Esau, Edom, the wicked. So now, let's get this here. Let's get ready to close it out. Should be in 2nd Thessalonians. So the truth being out full-fledged on the four corners of earth, and faith flourishing. Well, now there has to be a way to try to combat that. So that is pushing technology more and more as we get ready for the ultimate technology, which is the chip, the merging of man and machine, also known as the 4th Industrial Revolution. This is 2 Thessalonians 2. And the title here is The Man of Lawlessness. The man of sin is Esau, Edom. 2 Thessalonians 2:1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach, who the world calls Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him, we being gathered together unto him. That's by way of truth. That ye be not part soon shaken in mind or trouble, neither by word or by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as the day of the anointed is at hand, the day of Yahushua is at hand. And the major sign of that is the men of the Lord that's out on the four corners of the earth bringing out this truth. That's a sure sign that the day of the Lord, the coming of Yahushua, is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So Esau is being revealed. So as he's being revealed, he got to go harder on the left-hand side and push for his wicked enterprises, his devices, right, even more and more. And that's through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai, as we continue to read. So this man of sin, the son of perdition, it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he is God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is the Most High. So Esau is pushing that he is actually God. He's all-knowing, all-powerful, and all-doing. That's why he wants to push the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things. So these things were already spoken of from the beginning. And going back to the time of, more specifically here, the time of the Apostle Paul, right? And now you know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in this time, and he's being revealed in this time now. Because the prophecies were for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So this was the time that the son of perdition, the man of sin, the man of lawlessness is being revealed, Esau, Edom. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, meaning it was already in play during the time that the Apostle Paul was on the scene. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. The Most High is allowing him to fulfill prophecy. And that's what we was reading about with the push for artificial intelligence. Verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Adonai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And the prophets are out here on the scene, which is the spirit of the Lord's mouth. That's the Most High's mouthpiece. And then the coming of Yahushua. Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. So this man, his coming, the man of lawlessness, will be in line with Satan, the spiritual demon Satan. He will be adverse to righteousness. Now, why would this man be adverse to truth and to righteousness? This is John or Yochanan 8 and verse 44. It says, ye are of your father the devil, the words of Yahushua, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So he's the father of lies. Esau, Edom, the man of sin, is the father of lies, and he's using AI and his pseudoscience and technology as that greatest form of deception. Now going back to 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Now here in the NLT it says, this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. That's the technology, the pseudoscience. Those are like signs of miracles today here on the earth. For people to see that, they're mesmerized by it. That's why it's a miracle. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. So a lot of people about to die, speaking of 2/3 of the Most High's people, because they haven't received the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion. That's believing in technology, in the science of the world, in Esau, Edom, believing in artificial intelligence. And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned, meaning destroyed, who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So a lot of our people are not going to receive the truth, but they're going to continue on in the ways of sin. All praises be to the Most High God, Yahweh, and the Son Yahushai. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel. Barakim La Habayath Madabada. Blessings to the house of David, which of you brothers and you sisters who are the believers and make up the body of a Mashiach, which is the elect of Bakaryam. Shalom and Barakathum.